This week I've been test driving the Isuzu MU-X. It's a large 7-seat SUV with four-wheel drive capabilities, and it certainly looks like it will take anything you can throw at it. I was in the MU-X LST, which is the top of the range, costs around $55,000 and competes with cars like the Toyota Fortuner and Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. I took it on a family road trip a few hours up the New South Wales coast, so we really got to put it to the test even though we didn't go off-road. Here's how it did over my summer holiday for this week's family review. For a more detailed review, head to the CarsGuide website, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe. Let's cover space first, because that's what you're after in a 7-seat SUV. And we had to fit 2 adults, 2 kids, our puppy, which sounds small, but we needed our puppy crate, and all of the other stuff that we needed to take on a week-long holiday. But we fit, which is very exciting. The front row is spacious enough. It's got lots of legroom and headroom, so we were pretty comfortable the whole drive. The kids were comfortable in the back seat. They had plenty of space in between each other so they could fit their very full backpacks, which were stuffed with things like their giant beanie boos. I have enough space back here at 161 centimetres, and there's enough room between my knees and the seat in front of me that tall adults and teenagers should be able to fit back here easily as well. There is a screen back here, so you can put something on for the kids to watch, and there's HDMI technology in the multimedia system. While we didn't use the third row for travelling, you will use it if you've got more than 3 kids, and just sitting back here shows that you've got plenty of room for children's legs and heads in the last row. I don't particularly want to sit back here for long periods of time, but I think kids will be fine. And there's also plenty of air coming from the vents, which is really important. And if there was ever a week that I needed lots of boot space, it was this week. So it was lucky then that we could put the 2 back seats down and enjoy a full 878 litres of space. Not that we had any room to spare. We had suitcases, groceries, inflatables, the puppy crate, the puppy stuff. It was packed. With the back row in use, the boot shrinks to 235 litres, but you should still be able to fit some groceries and school bags in there. We were also able to pop our kayak and surfboard on top of the roof, and the kayak's really long, so that was great. The exterior of the MU-X isn't exactly refined or sophisticated, but I don't think you're expecting that from a 4-wheel drive. It's a bit rugged, a little bit butch, and that's exactly what you're expecting from a large off-roader. Inside is a little more stylish, but you still feel as though it's built with the purpose of going off-road to last through whatever mud you can sling at it. Hence the plasticky finishes around the dash and the doors, the leatherish seats that will wipe clean after a big day out, and the centre console, which is clean but has a satisfyingly large air-controlled temperature. It's old school, but it feels dependable. There are 6 cup holders in total in the car, 2 in each row, plus you get a medium-sized centre storage bin, a spot in the front that doesn't quite fit your phone but kind of fits your keys, bottle holders in each door, and there's nothing like a long road trip to really test the storage in a car, especially when you're trying to stash snacks from the kids until they've had lunch. Good to report that there is plenty of air coming through the vents in this car, especially when you're driving in January and it is stiflingly hot. My kids were also really happy with the air coming through from the air vents on the roof in the 2nd row. Driving in the MU-X is quite bouncy. It's really high off the road, and it certainly feels like it'll be able to handle anything you chuck at it. There's a 3-litre 4-cylinder engine, and it just cruises along highways so nicely and effortlessly. It was a pleasure to drive on the highways this week. Builds up speed quickly so you can overtake easily, and it also gets up hills without too much effort. The steering is a little bit heavy and the turning circle is quite wide, so it's a bit tricky getting into tight parking spaces, but you do get there eventually. This car is happiest on the open road, more so than in the city or on small suburban streets. It definitely would work better if you lived in a space that had wide streets. For safety, the MU-X has airbags for driver and front passenger and side curtain airbags that extend all the way to the back row, but there is no auto emergency braking, and you will find that on most of the competitors these days. It does have 2 ISOFIX points and 3 top tether points to fix kids' car seats in. The technology is fairly basic. You do get a nice 8-inch screen, but there is no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is the best tech out there at the moment. Still, you can connect via Bluetooth, and the sat-nav isn't shonky at all. It's clear and easy to follow. To take away with me this week, the Isuzu MU-X served me and my family well. It was really solid on the long drive, and I felt super confident on the highways. It fits all of our stuff, including our puppy crate, which I was most worried about squishing in with everything else. And while it's not the most stylish vehicle in town, it certainly looks tough. I gave it a family rating of 7.5 out of 10, and my kids gave it an 8. They love being high off the road and super comfortable. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click through to our website.